Welcome, everyone, to Season 2, Episode 3 of the Braveheart Lacrosse Show. We are officially in College Lacrosse season. The 2023 College Lacrosse season is off. We have some amazing recaps, some previews for the upcoming week. What an exciting time it is. First of all, I'd like to start off with an advertisement. The official sponsor of the Braveheart Lacrosse Show is Omnia Lacrosse. As you may know, Omnia Lacrosse, an incredible program here in the state of Michigan. I coach for them. It's a great opportunity to get, your kids on the field, playing at an elite level, traveling, doing stick work and getting in our clinics, as well as our team for the spring and summer seasons. It's an awesome program, Omnia Lacrosse. There's a link in the bio. Check it out, omnialacrosse.com, for an opportunity to get on the field. Okay, now that that's done, for any youth listeners out there, a couple challenges to start off with. First, put your headphones in, go hit the wall. This is an opportunity for you guys to get better. This is something that you guys should be doing both off the field. Get your headphones in, go hit the wall, put in, 15, 20 minutes, righty, lefty, quick stick, hit it, get after it, get yourself better, and listen to me talk about lacrosse. Awesome. The second thing, now that we're in college lacrosse season, there's so many games being played all over the internet. YouTube, you can find them. ESPN Plus, ACC Network, all over. Find a stream. Go out, watch a game or two. Find a player. We'll talk about them this episode. Find a player that either is from your hometown, from your state, or just plays the same position as you. Sort of watch what they do. Try to learn from them. These are some of the best lacrosse players taking the field every weekend and during the week. It's a great opportunity for you to sort of watch them, pick up something, try to bring it into your game, resemble them. Okay, thank you. Oh my goodness, what an incredible week it's been. Let's get into it. Duke, they are incredible. They are back. I think they are one of the top teams to watch out for this season, without a doubt. Their offense is incredible. They already have 3 players with 11 points or more on the season: Dyson Williams, Andrew McCourty, and Brendan O'Neill. This offense is extremely high powered and is going to be an incredible team to watch out for this season. Touching a little bit on week 1 conference play, the ASUN performance across the board was not great. We had a loss from Detroit Mercy, Bellarmine, Utah lost to Denver. It was just not great all across the board. Marquette put up, 25 points against Lindenwood. Overall, it was just not a great week for the ASUN. Other week 1 interesting findings. I do think that Ohio State is going to be a very tough team. They put up 15 against a very good Air Force program. Again, they're not a team you want to get into a fight with. I think this was talked about on the Crease Dive. They're just a scrappy team, tough guys down in the trenches. That they're fighters. And Ohio State and the overall Big Ten, I think, is going to be very challenging this year. Again, like I said, that Air Force loss contributed to the other ASUN losses, all in week 1. Marquette, 17-2 against Lindenwood, not 20, but still very high scoring margin for the first-year Division I against a first-year Division I team in Lindenwood. So not sure how that is. Another team to watch out for, Rutgers, back on the map, 20 points against Marist, who lost by 8. Like we talked about the Big Ten, Maryland putting up 15 against Richmond. Very good game. This game, 7-5, Syracuse, low-scoring game. I thought that was going to be much higher scoring. That doesn't mean Vermont or Syracuse are bad. I just thought they were going to have higher-powered offenses coming off of last year. But maybe we'll have to keep an eye out on that for Syracuse if they're not performing at a high click. I know there was some reports. Offensemen couldn't shoot, couldn't hit the cage, and maybe week 1 jitters settling in, and we'll see how week 2 goes for them. The last game, college lacrosse game that I would like to talk to, actually 2 more, sorry. Denver, Bill Tierney's defense, I think, is out. I think that the Big East is going to be much more competitive this year. Like I said, with Marquette, Denver, Georgetown, I think that there are going to be some very good competitions and matchups in the Big East, and that'll be exciting to watch for. Unfortunately, my picks did not do so well. I know I had that Denver game. I thought Utah was going to keep it close. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But lastly, the Johns Hopkins-Jacksonville game. What a game. I mean, I loved it. I know Johns Hopkins pulled away there towards the second half, but man, that was an awesome game. I would like to point out a little coaching moment for any youth players to watch out for. I think this game, if you watch the first quarter of Jacksonville's D-middies, just stopping that 2-man game, communicating the picks up top, right? Johns Hopkins was trying to do a lot of sweeps over top, a lot of picks in the interior, trying to dodge down, from up top down the alley. And I thought the D-middies and defense up top did a great job that first quarter, first half, just stopping all those dodges. Now, this game, like I said, I think is more indicative that Johns Hopkins is very good this year, or at least good last year, much better than last year. I still think Jacksonville very talented, right? You saw them being able to push transition. Sometimes they forced it a little bit too much, but in that sort of bang-bang shootout game, they were able to ride. I mean, attackmen who are listening, youth attackmen, go back, watch the Jacksonville game. They were riding. I mean, there must have been 3 or 4 turnovers for Jacksonville, at least 2 or 3 of them that resulted in points, going back the other way. So their attackmen drop, middies riding across the top. They were hustling, putting pressure on guys, forcing them to either, make a mistake or get the time penalty, force a failed clear, and then push transition back the other way. I thought that was incredible. What a great moment for kids to watch and sort of learn from, right? A lot of people love to watch highlight goals, behind the backs, all those things. But really, it's things like that, just incredible gameplay where you are, the attackmen are riding, middies are busting their butts, covering guys. They're forcing awkward passes, right? And so it's really important for kids to understand that that's talent, right? That's incredible lacrosse IQ, great rides. I know, I think it gets lost a lot at the youth level for ride and clear game, but that's where really talented teams' success, their success is in 90 plus, 85 plus success clear rates. And once you get those possessions, higher rates guaranteed, then you get the ball down in your end, and you get to capitalize on top of that. But clearing, incredibly important. Riding, incredibly important. And that's really what helped keep Jacksonville in that game in the beginning. And again, I don't think that they're a bad team at all. I think Johns Hopkins is much better this year. So that covers a little bit of the recaps that I want to keep an eye out for. One last thing on sort of conference play. It was really interesting to see Bucknell put up 20 against Mercer. I will be interested to watch how that Patriot League goes this year. I know last year it was sort of an interesting bid towards the end of the year there, whereas BU and Army, how many teams were going to make it from the Patriot League, which was very competitive. Hopefully that'll be another conference to watch out for. And I'm like I said, really excited about the next upcoming weeks for college lacrosse. Let's get into the picks. So, admittedly, my official picks that I put out last week were not great. I was 1-2, 33% winners. No, not a successful record. The Duke covering, winning by more than 10.5. That was of course great, but everything else was not great. So this week's picks are brought to you by DraftKings. if you are interested in responsibly playing along, picking the winners, if you know who's going to win, there's a link in the bio for DraftKings. You get a referral bonus. Check it out. Please do this responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services helpline at 800-270-7117. Again, this is completely responsible. Don't get in over your head, and only do it in a state that is legal. And if you're 18, there's a link in the bio if you're interested. So my picks for week 1 or 2, depending on how you look at it, college lacrosse. We have got some very exciting games coming up, and here we go. Let's just get after it. The first one, I'm taking Army -1.5 against UMass. I think that's going to be an incredible game. We're taking Army. I love St.Johns +1.5 against Manhattan. I think this is going to be an incredible matchup. I think St. John's even might win outright. Again, what do I know? There's a low to mid-tier Division I lacrosse player, but I love St. John's getting points there. And lastly, I'm looking at the Stony Brook Rutgers game, and at 24.5, I love the over. I mean, come on. Rutgers just put up 20. Stony Brook, they can put up 5 points. Come on now. I really believe that. I also look at this game and see 6.5, -6.5 Rutgers. But we're giving out 3 official picks, and those are it. So Rutgers over 24.5, St. John's +1, and Army -1.5. Thank you for listening to this episode. Again, I appreciate it. If you like it, like, comment, share. It means a lot. A couple opportunities to get involved. Please share this. Like I mentioned, there is a Polish National Lacrosse link in the bio. We're trying to go to the World Games in 2023. There'll probably be another episode coming out about this. So please check that out. Even support, donate if you can. And check out Omnia Lacrosse, the official sponsor of the Braveheart Lacrosse show. They're great. I think you should check them out if you're looking for opportunities to get better. Tell your parents you love them, and we'll talk next week. Bye.